Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I am filming this in one go, so if I stumble over my words going forwards, I apologise in advance. I should also say that if the quality of this video isn't too good, I apologise for that. Sadly, it cannot be helped. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. Also, if there's any banging, chances are it's my neighbours. So, today I'm not talking about the adult Eurovision Song Contest, I'm talking about the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, specifically the 17th JESC, which is set to take place next week, I believe. Yes, a week today at the time of recording this video, on Sunday the 24th of November 2019 in Gliwice, Poland, specifically at the Gliwice Arena. I have information in front of me just to make sure I don't forget anything here. A capacity of just over 13,000. I've seen the stage, it looks pretty impressive. A fair bit bigger than what we've seen in some of the adult competitions over the past few years. Anyway, the hosts, Ida Nowakowska, Alexander Sikora, and last year's winner, the very popular Roxana Węgiel. Not entirely sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it doesn't really matter. Those are the three hosts. This is the first time Poland will stage Junior Eurovision. And of course, if they win this year, they might stage next year's competition as well. 19 countries are participating. Spain are back for the first time since 2006, and they mean business. Azerbaijan and Israel are not taking part this year. So, before I get into the songs and my personal thoughts on them, I should say there'll be links in the description to my other social media pages, including my blog. There will be a blog post previewing this year's Junior Eurovision and also reviewing this year's Junior Eurovision once it's taken place, so feel free to take a look at that. The voting is similar to what we've had over the past few years. I'm reading it just here in front of me. The first phase of the online voting starts in a couple of days on the 22nd of November with a recap of all the rehearsal performances. This will be on the Junior Eurovision website. This round of voting stops on the 24th of November at 15:59 CET. That's Central European time, I believe. The second phase of the online voting will take place during the live show, which starts at 4 PM CET, straight after the last performance, and will be open for 15 minutes. International viewers can vote for a minimum of 3 countries and a maximum of 5, including their own country. I don't like that last bit, but there we are. We don't know the exact running order for the contest yet. That will be determined shortly. So I'm just going to go through the songs in alphabetical order by country. So, here we go. Let me know your thoughts. Now, I will be repeating myself quite a bit here. There's only so much you can say about each song. I will try and be brief. Anybody who's been subscribed to my channel for a long time will know that I really have a tendency to waffle, but I'm going to try and keep it down to a minimum here. So, the Albanian entry, ladies and gentlemen, is called Mikja ime Femigeri, which means My Friend Childhood. It's going to be performed by 12-year-old Isaiah Chili. This is quite a strong ballad. The problem is that it's probably going to be sandwiched between 2 upbeat numbers, and therefore it will be forgotten. Plus, I can't see this song doing terribly well in the public vote. The jury should appreciate it. Isaiah has a very strong voice. It's a very professional sounding song. But is it quite strong enough to challenge for the win? Personally, I don't think so. It's not one of my favourites. In fact, it's my least favourite of the year. I feel bad about that, but I don't think I can rank it higher. Who knows, maybe the live performance will change my opinion. Chances are it probably will. We shall see. Armenia. Now, Armenia usually do fairly well. The song they have this year is Colours of Your Dream, performed by Karina Ignatian, who is 13 years of age, born in Russia. This song, it's pop, it's relatively upbeat. I don't think it's that remarkable. But this is just the sort of thing that Armenia do very well. They've sent songs not too dissimilar from this in the past. This probably will finish in the top 5, another good result for the Armenians. I don't really have too much to say about it. It's good, but I just feel it's lacking that little something extra to make it really fabulous. At the moment, I don't have it ranked too highly at all, but I know a lot of people really love this. We then move on to Australia. Australia haven't won JESC yet, and I don't think they're going to this year, but I'm telling you now, do not be surprised if the juries go absolutely massive for this one. It's another song with a message. Australia pretty much send the same thing every year. Jordan Anthony is the male singer for the Aussies. His birthday is a month today. He will turn 15. He's from Perth. He was on the 8th season of The Voice Australia, where he finished 4th. His song is called We Will Rise. This is good. It's relatively low key, relatively unspectacular. He's a fabulous singer for somebody so young. Lots of really good singers again this year. I just feel that we've had enough of this from Australia. I'd like to see them take more of a risk. They did in the adult competition this year and it almost paid off. But in Junior Eurovision, Australia really play it safe. And I think the public aren't going to go huge for this, but the juries probably will. We move on to Belarus. Now, I don't really follow the national finals for JESC, but I know that there was one song in particular that was extremely popular with Eurovision fans, Junior Eurovision fans. That's not the song that Belarus chose. Instead, we have Pepelny Ashen, performed by Liza Miznikova, or Lisa Miznikova. Elizaveta is her actual name. She's 14, and yes, the song, relatively up-tempo. I think there's a little bit of choreography. It might well open the show next Sunday, sorry. Don't really have much to say about this. I'm not a huge fan of Belarus's entry in the contest. Last year, Belarus was the host, I believe, and I wasn't a big fan of their entry at all. I found it quite dull. This is better, but I'm still not blown away by it. I think it's probably going to finish in the top 10, but I can't see this really challenging for the win. Performed in Russian and English, so Russia will certainly give this points, of course. We move on to France. Now, this is the song I'm supporting. I supported France last year on their return. They narrowly missed out on victory. It's going to be between France and Poland again this year. Will the juries love this? I don't know. The potential for great staging is very high. It is Carla with Bim Bam Toi. Now, this song was composed by Igit, who I believe was in the Destination Eurovision selection last year for the adult competition. Can't quite remember. Anyway, 14-year-old Carla Lazari was 4th in the 5th edition of The Voice Kids France, and she was mentored by Patrick Fiori, who sang for France in the 1993 adult competition. She's from Nice, 14. This is a great song. It's so right for Junior Eurovision. It's not pretending to be more mature or serious. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But this is just an absolute blast of pop. It's so much fun. The music video is pretty cool as well. It's really happy and cheery and really likeable. And it's so catchy. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, perhaps, but it's so vibrant and so suitable for this sort of competition. France should be pushing for the win. Something tells me they might win, and I'd be very happy with that. We move on to Georgia. Georgia tend to flit between decent stuff and not so decent stuff, in my opinion. This is We Need Love, performed by Georgi Rotiashvili, performed in Georgian and English. He is 13 years of age. This song is a bit of a jazzy number, relatively low key. It's very, very bland. That's the only thing I can say about it. It doesn't stand out enough. It's a bit of a breath of fresh air, but at the same time, this is not one of Georgia's best at all. I'm not a huge fan of it. But then again, maybe the live performance will change my opinion. Maybe it will change a lot of fans' opinion. Who knows? We then move on to Ireland. Now, this has underrated gem written all over it. This is Anna Kearney, or Anna Kearney, with Banshee, performed in Irish. I wish Ireland sang in their own language more in the adult competition. Anyway, this is a tremendous ballad that really does build up. Fantastic vocals, great music video, and I hope people get behind this. but I don't think they will, particularly in the public vote. The jury really should go big for this. It says here she was born in 2006 and her mother was part of Riverdance, the interval act at the adult competition in 1994, and that's quite interesting. This is a really good song, very professional. It's not like the French entry, which is clearly a song aimed at kids. This is a song that could be in the adult competition for Ireland. Really strong. I think it's gaining more and more support as we get closer to the date of the contest, but it's not going to win. We then move on to Italy. This is all right, but not incredible. It's called La Voce della Terra, the voice of the earth. Lots of songs about the environment this year. It's a hot topic, of course. Performed by Marta Viola. Doesn't say how old she is, but she's from Chieri, which is in Piedmont in Italy. Anyway, this is an all right entry. I don't really have much to say about it. I usually like Italy's stuff in both junior and the adult competition, but this is very average, very safe. I think people will forget about it. If it's on early, that's it. Italy are going to finish low down. Don't really have too much else to say, I'm afraid. We then have Kazakhstan. This is fairly underrated. I'm surprised more people don't like this. It's a grand ballad, fairly cheesy. I'm not sure the singer, Yershan Maxim, can speak English. I don't know. He's singing in English, though, partly in English. Armanyan Kalma translates as "Don't waste your dreams." He's 12 years of age. Incredible voice. This is going to be a really special moment on that Junior Eurovision stage. I think the juries again will like this, but the public perhaps less so. Let's not forget that Kazakhstan did really well last year. This isn't quite as good or impactful. I don't really know how well it's going to do. Really difficult to predict. We then have Malta. Again, the juries might absolutely go nuts for this. It's performed in English and Maltese. It's We Are More, performed by Eliana Gomez Blanco, who's 14. This is fairly professional. Not a bad music video. Somewhat radio friendly, if that's the right term to use. I don't mind it. Pretty good singer. But again, does it leave much of an impact? Will people really vote for this? I'm not sure they will. Poor old Malta, once again getting forgotten in the voting. Netherlands, one of only 2 countries along with Belarus to compete in every single JESC. They've gone for Mathieu, who's 13. The song is called Dans met jou, Dance with You. This is a pop song, fairly catchy. The music video isn't bad. There's some very light choreography going on. Something tells me he's not going to be a great live singer. We shall see. This probably has got mid-table written all over it. But then again, let's not forget that 2 years ago, was it, Force for the Netherlands, that boy band they had, won the public vote, I believe. So you can never rule the Dutch out, but they've only won once, which is quite surprising. We then have North Macedonia. This is arguably the best song they've ever sent. Mila Moskov, curly hair, 14 years of age, and the song is called Fire. This is great. Really like the chorus. It's very powerful, very dramatic. Again, the potential for good staging is very high. It's performed in Macedonian English. I don't really have much more to say. I think this is a very, very decent song from North Macedonia, who knows, might well be turning a bit of a corner in the adult and junior competitions now. Poland, the host nation, really looking for that second win. This is Vicky Gabor, who is 12 years of age, born in Germany, a finalist on the second season of The Voice Kids in her country. Grew up in the UK. Sadly, we're not competing, so we can't vote for her. Well, we can. We can, of course we can. What else is there to say about this? The song is co-written by Lanbury, who I believe was in contention for Poland at the adult competition a few years ago. This has had millions of views on YouTube, and the fact that Poland can vote for themselves, they're going to be hard to beat. It's a good song. It's a good pop song. I think it's fairly catchy. I think it's going to be very well performed. I actually like this more than last year's winning entry from the same country. Poland will be hard to beat, simple as that. Moving on to Portugal, this will probably finish last. This is Vem Comigo, Come With Me, performed in Portuguese and English by Joana Almeida. She's 10 years of age, apparently. This song, another one that's about the environment. I'm not a big fan of the melody. That's the issue here. There's something quite jarring about it that I'm not such a fan of. She seems very likeable, though. Seems like she could sing fairly well, but I feel as though she's been given too weak a song to sing. Anyway, Russia. People are underrating this one a bit. Nothing special, but certainly not poor either. A Time for Us, performed by Tatiana Mezhentseva and Denbrel Orjak. Tatiana is 9 years of age. She's got to be one of the youngest singers we've ever had in the junior competition. And Denbrel is 13. I've been watching videos uploaded to the Junior Eurovision YouTube page, and it's really staged. The questions that they've been answering, there's something that feels very forced about it. I'm not such a fan of that. But anyway, this isn't a bad song. Their voices seem to go well together. But I feel as though Russia's dominance, for want of a better word, is waning in Junior Eurovision. I don't think they'll win again for some time. This song, again, there's something about it that's just missing, and this is not going to win. Serbia, really good song from them, Podigni Glas, Raise Your Voice, performed by Daria Vracevic, 12 years of age. This is good. Uplifting. Again, the staging might be very strong. That will help matters. Good place in the running order obviously helps too. I really don't have much more to say about this. I think it's a pretty strong entry, but it's not good enough to win, in my opinion. If anything, Serbia and Ireland will be the underrated nations this year. 3 left. Spain. This is absolutely superb, and the juries should be dishing out 12 points like there's no tomorrow. Let's not forget that when Spain competed in Junior Eurovision way back when, they were really good then, and it looks as though they're really good now. Marte is the name of the song, which means Mars, performed by Melanie Garcia, 12 years of age. She won the 2018 edition of The Voice Kids in Spain. She's released a cover version of an Andrea Bocelli song. She's an amazing singer. There's this high note towards the end of this song, which is just right on the money. Fantastic. It's dramatic. It's really, really accomplished stuff. Really strong. How on earth can Spain be like this in Junior Eurovision and not in the adult competition? Baffles me. But anyway, really good from Spain. Watch out for them. Ukraine. Don't really know what to make of this song. A lot of people didn't like it at first, but the revamp has changed a lot of people's opinions. This is The Spirit of Music, performed by Sofia Ivanko, 14 years of age from Kiev. Yeah, the Ukrainian title of this song translates as When It Seems. There's piano. It's very different from everything else, and I think it will stand out. I don't think it's incredible, but I'm liking it more and more each time I hear it. I do need to see it on stage next Sunday to really form any sort of opinion, though. At the moment, it's not one of my favourites, but it is growing on me. And yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. And then we have Wales. Unfortunately, this is probably going to finish last. It's either Wales or Portugal for me this year. Erin May with Calon Kuro, which means heart beating. Erin is 13 years of age. This song isn't bad. Jonathan Gregory composed this along with Sylvia Strand. He also produced Life Looks Better in Spring for Cyprus in 2010 in the adult competition. Fun fact. This song isn't bad. I feel as though it lacks power. The melody is fine, but there's no oomph. You know, it's not impactful enough. It really isn't. It feels as though it's unfinished. The music video is alright. Lots of throwing stuff around, coloured paint or whatever it is. It's not a bad song, but poor Wales are probably going to finish last. That's it. What else is there to say? Well, my ranking of the songs so far, I need to update this, but as it stands, number 19 for me is Albania. Apologies. 18 Portugal, 17 Ukraine, 16 Georgia, 15 Armenia. That's quite low compared to what I've seen from a lot of other people online. Belarus 14, Kazakhstan 13, Russia 12, Wales 11, Italy 10, Malta 9, Serbia 8, North Macedonia 7, Australia 6, Ireland 5. Really good song. Like it more and more each time I hear it. And it's in Irish. Poland 4, Netherlands 3. That's a bit high for the Netherlands, but then again, can I rank them lower? I'm not sure I can at this point. Spain 2 and France 1. France is my favourite. I hope they win. Something tells me they won't. I can see Poland winning fairly comfortably. And, yeah. What else is there to say? Let me know your thoughts. This was a very rambling video. I do apologise. I'll be back with a review of this year's Junior Eurovision in 2 weeks' time, pretty much. And you can watch the whole thing online. I'm sure it will be streamed on the JESC YouTube page. Of course, if you are living in a country that's competing, you'll be able to watch it on TV. Or listen to it on the radio, if that's your thing. Anyway, that really is it. I have nothing more to say. I don't think this is an incredible batch of songs, but the French entry is fantastic. The Spanish entry is really superb. The Polish entry is pretty strong for a home nation entry. And one or two others aren't too bad either. But there's a lot of fairly average stuff compared to recent years, I think, in my opinion. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Will Poland win? Will France win? Who will finish last? And if you're from Poland, let me know what it's like. What is Gliwice like? Because I'm not massively familiar with that city. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Apologies if the quality hasn't been great. And roll on Junior Eurovision 2019. Share the joy. That's the slogan, isn't it? Yes. Share the joy. And bye for now.